Nolan has made some of the greatest movies in recent memory. The Dark Knight, Inception, The Prestige. Now he is taking his step in making his Saving Private Ryan. He's thinking of legacy right now.
You're weekend sailors, not the bloody Navy.
You should be at home.
There's no hiding from this, son. We have a job to do.
Turn it around!
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall never surrender. We shall never surrender. We shall never surrender.
Dunkirk. Alright, so Dunkirk is a movie starring Mark Rylance, the lead singer of One Direction, Tom Hardy, Kenneth Branagh, and some other actors in there. And the basic story of Dunkirk, it's basically the story of the military disaster that turned out to be Dunkirk. Dunkirk was the evacuation of the British soldiers and some other soldiers out of Dunkirk. It's a staging point, it was the last point of Germany getting ready to invade Britain. And because France had just been taken over, and you had all these other elements of it. You had the Dutch in there, you had the French army, you had what was left of the French army, the British army, and even Canada. And this story mainly takes point in the point of view of the British point of view. I was reading something on a Facebook group I'm on, and they were saying how racist this movie was because there was no black characters, and it's towards a certain perspective of the movie. So you shouldn't really get bent out of shape about that. This is a incredible movie, and I love Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan is one of my favorite 21st century directors. I mean, if you go from Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, Inception is like one of my favorite movies of all time. And I love World War II movies. And I was really interested to see Christopher Nolan's take on like a World War II story, because we've had some good ones in recent memories. Like last year we had Hacksaw Ridge, and this is a very different movie. First off, people were complaining that the movie was rated PG-13. I think the PG-13 does serve its purpose, mainly because you don't need the movie to be rated R, because the battle is mostly in water. So if people are dying, their guts aren't going everywhere. They're really just going down in the water. So that was a wonderful way to explore that, and also gets more people into these kind of movies. The story has a 3-point story view. It has a land story, a water story, and then it has an air story. The land story, it mainly takes around, you have the guy who's singer, or still is, I don't know if he is or not, of One Direction, and his point of view is really, he wants to get out, and he really hardly says a word, but his acting is really good. And you have all these soldiers who are just like, it's like, we gotta get Bloody out of here. We have to get out of here now. Then you have another storyline with Mark Rylance. He's just a guy he owns a boat, and his ships are basically taken by the British Empire, and they're like, we have to go to Dunkirk. We have to go now. And then you see the perseverance of those characters, and how they're dealing with ships, and they're ships that can go under the radar. And yeah, and then you have the air storyline. That's mainly led by Tom Hardy, and poor Tom Hardy, he's always going to be in a mask or something. Like you go from Mad Max or even Dark Knight Rises. I mean, that poor guy. I thought all the acting in the movie was really good, and the movie is not about characters. It doesn't do that normal thing you see in movies, like, well, why are you fighting this fight? There's no time for that. It's like, you can't well, one time was and head blows up. And it's a different kind of war movie, and that's what I really, really appreciate for Dunkirk. As a historian, as I study history in college, I loved seeing the event actually play out, because I really did not know much about Dunkirk, to be perfectly honest. Overall, Dunkirk is a very special movie. It's not Christopher Nolan's best movie by any far, but it is a very good movie. It's a legacy movie. I don't know if we'll get nominated later on early next year, but we'll see. I guess it depends how good the rest of the year is, but it definitely deserves it deserves to be glorified, at least on this review. I'm going to give Dunkirk an A. Have you seen Dunkirk? Warrior.com? Well, let me know. And guys, if you like this video, click that thumbs up button, subscribe, see more, tell your friends about Easy Nation. All too easy.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry.